everybody, and welcome to Primetime Live with Coach Kary. Today, I am very excited to interview Roxana. Roxana is a certified somatic educator and registered yoga teacher with over 15 years of experience in movement, mindfulness, and healing practices. She helps women reconnect with their bodies, regulate their nervous systems, and find clarity and empowerment through life's transitions. Roxana has also created a short documentary film called The Healer's Dream, based on the holistic practice of Ayurveda. Roxana, I am really glad you are here today because I have had a crazy 48 hours between appointments with kids, racing around, bad sleep last night. It's just been one of those days. So part of you wants to say, oh, maybe I should do this interview on another day. The other part of me said, this is the perfect day because Roxana is going to come here, help me get grounded, and you're going to help all of our listeners know that there are things that they can do when the days get crazy like this. So before we get started with any activities, let's talk a little bit. Tell everybody, what is a somatic practitioner? Because I'm sure our guests will be wondering, what exactly do you do for your clients?
Right. Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Kary, and everyone else. My name is Roxana. I'm really passionate about helping women reconnect with their bodies, with their selves, especially during times of transition, like perimenopause, menopause, because these years can feel really overwhelming, and we can kind of feel like not ourselves, right? And so I really find that somatic therapy helps you to reconnect to yourself, see what is happening on the inside, and basically find the solution within yourself, right? By listening to your body. And so we're not talking only about, let's say, being peaceful and calm, but also, opening up to the wisdom and the vitality that is and lives within us. And often we are kind of disconnected from those, right? So somatic therapy usually helps people to connect to their bodies so that they can release tension, regulate their nervous systems, and then also feel more at ease in daily life.
I love the sound of this. I need this today. This is perfect for me. How did you find this path? What inspired you to pursue this and to get certified as a somatic practitioner?
Yeah, so I mean, I think my journey with the body and the mind started really early on when I was 7 years old. I grew up in Romania and I started out with a martial arts class. It was like martial arts and meditation. And I just remember it resonated with me from like that this young 7 year old, just the idea of building inner strength, and having my own voice and come from this place of inner strength. Growing up in a very patriarchal society where kids should only be seen and not heard, it really kind of sparked my curiosity about how the body and the mind holds wisdom, right? And so I just remember always feeling like I had this like kind of like a temple within myself to come back to when life was hard, and I grew up during communist times in Romania, so there were a lot of challenges, and I just felt this inner power, so over the years I studied yoga, I studied anatomy and physiology, Ayurveda, and all kinds of different healing practices to just keep deepening this discovery that I had at such an early age. And somatic therapy in particular, it really resonated because I just realized how often we are disconnected, especially as women, as mothers, maybe, from our bodies. So we push through like pain and stress and transitions. We operate from programming, from what's expected of us, like people pleasing, and all of these sort of challenges that women have to overcome over and over again. And we tend to lose ourselves in this process, So I just wanted to create like a space for myself to slow down, which I realized over the years, and then for other women to just kind of slow down and learn to listen to themselves and rebuild basically the trust in your body and your mind. Yeah.
Mm. At the Pause, we have a mission to support women who are navigating through perimenopause and menopause. And this is a time, as you're saying, when emotional well-being Anti-inflammatory lifestyle practices and nervous system regulation are a high priority because if you're in perimenopause or menopause, you know what I'm talking about. So,
Yes.
Roxana, how can this therapy that you offer, this somatic therapy, benefit women who come to you and experience some of the practices that you do? And we are going to show you some activities you can do at home soon. But what kind of benefits can someone expect, and what will help women as they're navigating through these times in life?
Definitely. Yeah, so some of the somatic practices are definitely more calming in nature, more connecting. So, in general, it does calm anxiety and supports better sleep. And it switches our nervous systems from this sympathetic fight or flight response that we're often stuck in to parasympathetic nervous system response. And then we know that in perimenopause and menopause, our the hormone shifts create this, high alert nervous system mode. So we basically reteach our body how to shift from overwhelm into like a state of balance, right?
Mm,
And then also because of the hormones, declining, then serotonin and dopamine are also declining often. So then our moods are affected, right?
mm,
And so just movement, natural breath, all of the different practices in somatic therapy, they naturally boost serotonin and dopamine, calming like the stress response, and then it just releases these like feel good hormones or neurotransmitters in our bodies. And then we know about hot flashes, right? That's like the 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 very common symptom of perimenopause and menopause. And so our hypothalamus is the one that becomes more sensitive. So then we've got hot flashes and night sweats, but the deep diaphragmatic breathing, plus like the relaxation and the calming breathing exercises that we do in somatic therapy, they calm the hypothalamus so that it reduces these like stress spikes that we have,
mm.
And then lastly, of course, stress regulation in general lowers cortisol, as we know. So just even gentle, mindful movements, they reduce inflammation without burnout. And
Mm.
then you've also increased your metabolism at the same time. So in general, they lower inflammation, they support the metabolism safely and so on.
Oh,
Does
you're
that kind of?
That's amazing. I love it because you're talking our language here with so much going on, and you said the word overwhelm, and I get into that phase myself where I just feel like I just can't do anymore, or I can't say yes to anything right now because I'm completely overwhelmed. I literally have to write down a list so I don't forget to pick my kid up at the end of the day sometimes.
I know the feeling, yes.
And I'm looking at you right now thinking our guests are probably wondering, boy, Roxana doesn't look old enough to be talking about perimenopause, but you're in your mid 40s, right, Roxana?
I am, yes, I am.
I'll just clear the air with that. It's funny how I find that people who practice mindfulness meditation often do have a glow and a younger aura about them. So you look amazing, Roxana, and we all want to look and feel like you do. So can you show us some simple activities we can do to get started? And I will be a willing participant.
Absolutely. Thank you. Good. So I will just kind of guide you through a mini somatic therapy session with me, right? So if you can just get into a comfortable seated position, whatever works best for you. Good. So first, let's just arrive into the space for a second. So I'm going to guide you through a practice called orientation. So using your gaze, I want you to really start to look around the room very, very slowly, as slowly as you possibly can, just start to really take in your surroundings. So looking at your desk, the walls, taking a second to even take a look at your hands, your lap, your body. And don't forget to look behind you very, very slowly. Take in so many things that we often miss, even little shadows, where the light hits. And then we're going to slowly come to the center. Let's place one hand on your lower abdomen and one hand on your heart. And we're going to do something called candle breath. So we're going to take deep breaths in through the nose, like for a count of 4. And we're going to exhale through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle. If you wish, you can close your eyes. Good. So let's release our arms now. And you can gently open your eyes or you can keep them closed. But the next breath we're going to do is going to be accompanied by the sound voo. So it's like a vooing breath. So we're going to inhale and we're going to voo. So from here, let's very slowly come to a standing position. I can kind of sense that not always a deep calming breath. It's useful, but sometimes, so just to give you a nice repertoire of practices, sometimes we need to move our body. So we're just gonna stay in this meditative space that we have, and we're just gonna slowly begin to move the body a little bit. And just allow it to sway. And notice what comes up for you here. And then from here, we're gonna start to gently introduce a little shaking, a little release of whatever we've been building up over the week, over the day. And allow whatever comes up for you, Kary, to come out. So whatever way that your body wants to move right now, and let the sighs come. And if you feel that any sounds want to come out, allow that as well. Whatever sounds want to come out, free your voice. So keep going, breathing. Yeah. Nice. So more movement, more sounds. Yeah. It's not about anybody watching. It's actually about you going inside of your body and noticing what's needed. So let's slowly slow down just a little bit. Closing your eyes, softening your breath, winding down slowly. And take 2, 3 very mindful breaths into the body. Let your lower abdomen come out with the inhale. Let your diaphragm open. And keeping your eyes closed. See if you can get really quiet for a second here. And notice if there's any one strongest sensation in the body. If there's anything that's really standing out for you right now. One particular place, and if you can take your hand and place it right over where you're feeling it. Good. So keeping your hand there for a second, just staying with that sensation. So let's really give it some attention. If you were to take your hand right now in front of you and show me what that sensation feels like with your hand, what would it look like? So is it like a squeezing or a gripping? And now if you want to make it an active movement, the sensation, how would you show me this? What is the sensation doing? Yeah, good. Can you make that a little bigger? Can you do that with your whole body maybe? What is your whole body? How is your whole body showing me the sensation right now? Just really allow it to amplify for a few seconds here. And now, Kary, if this sensation had a voice, what would it say? What sound would it make? Would it say a sound? Would it make a sound? Would it say something?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Allow it to have a voice.
Ow.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
And if it could speak to you, what is it asking for? What does it need?
Relax.
Mm.
Relax. Rest.
Rest.
Ease.
Mm. How do you think you can help this sensation meet that need in your daily life? If you were to pick a couple of words, couple of action items.
Stretch.
Mm.
Flow. Organize.
Mm. Let's take one more deep breath. If there's any movement that wants to come through your body right now, please allow it. Any sound. And place your hands on your heart, both hands on your heart. And take a moment to breathe into this space. So even though your hands are on your heart, allow your lower abdomen to inflate with your inhale, breathing not only into your chest, into the whole base of your diaphragm, but allow it to travel through your hips into your legs. And I'm curious what would happen now if you allowed your hips to just gently move side to side or in a circle, just creating some movement in your hips. Imagine that breath being now more free to travel through your body, through your hips. So not only being stuck in the upper body and the torso, but moving down to your legs. And breathe in. And just feeling the tingling in your legs, maybe all the way into your feet. If your legs wanna, sorry, if your arms wanna release, wanna move. Just remembering that when we open our hips, we allow the breath to travel and we actually hold so much tension and often trauma, hostility, all kinds of things that get stuck in our tissues in our bodies, and often they do get stuck in our hips. So give your body a chance to really travel this breath and thus blood flow through your entire body, allowing the movement to sway you. And then we're gonna slow it down very, very slowly, mindfully. Whenever you feel comfortable, you can just return to your seat, no rush. Keeping your eyes closed for a moment as you're seated. Let's take your spine, lift it up nice and tall. So imagine that there is something pulling you up by the crown of your head. Let your spine, your neck lengthen. Feel your tailbone against your seat. Allow the shoulders to very gently relax away from your ears. And tuck your chin ever so slightly to lengthen the back of your neck. Relax your jaw, separate your teeth a few millimeters. Let your tongue rest on the roof of your mouth behind your two front teeth. Letting the tummy relax for the inhale. And when you feel ready, you can gently flutter your eyes open and reorient yourself into the space. So just notice what's in front of you and around you, taking in the colors, temperature in the room, the light. And taking a look at your hands, your legs, your whole body. Just arrive back into the space, into your physical body that you have been in this whole time. And now just take your hands over your heart, close your eyes for a second. Just feel the beat of your heart and say thank you. Thank you for beating there for me.
Thank you for being there for me.
And releasing your hands. And you can open your eyes. So how was that experience for you, Kary?
You know, I feel cool. My hand,
Yeah?
my hands are cold. That's the funny thing. My hands are cool,
Mhm.
very cool. And I really did get into, and I'm used to doing a yin yoga where I've been doing for over a year. So I'm very, it's very easy for me to slip into that meditative state that you spoke of.
Yes.
And, you know, easy for me to move and flow and breathe. And my neck feels a little more relaxed. It was so tight. And you were asking me, and I could feel the squeezing, and it feels a little more relaxed now after breathing and just letting that oxygen flow through and thanking my heart. I love that, to give thanks for, you know, this beautiful body that we have. My question for you, after just doing that short experience online, now that was, you know, just a few minutes, and I know you probably, if you guided a session online, or you can even hear I'm speaking slower now.
Yeah.
If you guided a session online, how long would it be online? Because I felt the power and the benefit of this, even though we're online. I feel
Yeah.
very grounded right now. I
Mm.
feel very in this present moment, not worried about the things I was thinking about before and all the distractions.
Right.
I'm very connected to you right now, even though we're here online. So, how
Mhm.
long would an online session typically be?
It depends. I usually would say 60 minutes, like a whole hour is usually what I would recommend to people, 50 minutes to an hour. We can do, my sort of introductory sessions. I offer like free 20-minute sessions.
Mm,
So I condense basically the whole session into a short period of time, right?
mhm,
But I find that, 45 minutes to an hour, we really imagine what we just did, but like expand it, right? So
mm,
spending more time in each part of it and often exploring more that comes up, more of you know movement, more of when we can, I don't want to say talk therapy, but often
mhm.
things come up that
Right.
we want to talk about and we can explore. And yeah, so there's also some kind of, it's almost like a somatic inquiry too, like we ask the
Ah,
body various questions. And then self-compassion work often
yeah.
really comes in here.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, like, you know good 50 minutes to an hour is probably ideal. Yeah.
Do you ever use music in these practices?
Yeah, like one of the somatic practices that I didn't bring in today just for because of time, but is dance. So
Hmm.
there's like a variety of different ways to move your body or to challenge in a way. There are ways to also challenge your body to move in ways that maybe feel uncomfortable at first or challenging, but allowing yourself to go to these places and find so much about yourself, right? So yeah, absolutely, music is a very powerful component. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You're just bringing together a lot of things that I like to do. I like to do breath work, and obviously I work out a lot in the gym. And then this is a nice way to just combine movement, breath, mindfulness, and then with the inquiry, like you said. So obviously this could be a very beneficial practice, and to be guided by a certified coach like yourself would be a great way to explore somatic therapy. So I hope this little session that you saw with Roxana gives you an idea of what's possible. And I know Roxana does in person, but she also does online therapy sessions with her clients. So Roxana, your last name is there on the screen, Mares. Can you pronounce it just so I say it properly?
Yeah. In Romanian, it's pronounced Mares. The S has a little diacritic. In English, people pronounce it however they want, so it ends up being like Mares, however you would say it is
I
okay.
always
Yeah.
say Roxana Mares, so
Yeah.
I'm close.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's close. It's close. Yes.
Okay, I just didn't want to butcher
No,
it.
that's okay. No worries.
Okay, so Roxana with one X, one N, Mares, Mares. Now, Roxana, where can people find you? Are you mostly on Instagram or LinkedIn, or where can people find you?
I
A
have I have
website.
a
You have a website too.
I do, yeah. I'm really working on building this.
Mhm.
And so my website is thesomaticspace.ca.
Well, that's
And I am trying to switch also my Instagram page to the same name, but right now it's called Sage, Sage, Embodiment, which is a bit of a tongue twister.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I'm happy to share that with you. And you can just put it in writing. And I do give little snippets of, valuable information and grounding practices and somatic practices on there on my social media frequently. So Sage Embodiment on Instagram.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm sure you'll have some people reaching out and checking you out because that was very wonderful. And I'm almost thinking it would be great for our listeners if we set up an event sometime online, and
Mm,
perhaps a few of the members in our awesome menopause and perimenopause group would like to join us, and we could do a little bit longer, a 20-minute experience for people,
yeah.
which would let them know if that's something that they want to follow up with you. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful energy and wisdom with us today. I really enjoyed it, and I am happily going to embrace the rest of my day now that I feel more back in my body. Thank you so much, Roxana, for joining
You're
us today.
welcome. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Carrie.